small towns to big cities and everywhere in between. We're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie Anastas.
And hi, everyone. I'm Ernie Anastas. Thank you so much for being here and spending some time with us. I love doing this show, and I want to share something with you. I've been anchoring the evening news for a very long time, and for years, I wish that I could do more to lift people's spirits, make them feel better about the world, about themselves and their daily lives. And now that's exactly what we're doing, bringing you great stories and information from fantastic guests. So let's get started right now. Now, you can't get any more basic than eating, right? Something that we all do every day. We know that food can be fun, but it can also create some common problems for us. Dieting, weight control, nutrition, and more. Well, my next guest is one of the nation's leading health authorities. You've seen her on the Today Show, and she's written more than a dozen best-selling books. Hi, and welcome to Joy Bauer. Great to see you here, Joy.
Hey, Ernie, so great to be here, and thanks for having me on your show. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, and thanks for being with us today. A lot of people are going to say it's a lot of work. It's too much work to eat healthy. I know it sounds crazy. What do you say to them? How can we do this and do it better?
It's not too much work, and I'm telling you, it makes you feel so great, and it's one of the few things within our world that is controllable, right? And I think the easiest thing that people can do with the most gigantic payoff is to incorporate produce into each and every meal. So that would be vegetables or fruit into your breakfast, into your lunch, into your dinner. And that's because they're high volume, they're low in calories, so they fill you up without filling you out. But most importantly, they shower our bodies with all the right stuff.
Absolutely. Good things. And you're all set up there in that kitchen. I love the setup. Tell us what you've got there and some good tips that we can use, practical information.
So I wanted to lend some strategies so that people can enjoy all their favorite foods, their favorite indulgences, but in a healthier manner, so you could feel really good about nourishing your body with the right ingredients. So the first thing I'm showing is how to use a thick Greek yogurt instead of sour cream, because it really lends that same creamy texture. And what I have here is, look at this, it's a ranch dressing, Ernie, that'll knock your socks off. And if you could believe, it's 8 calories per tablespoon. So you could be so heavy-handed. This is the Greek yogurt loaded with protein and calcium. This is a little bit of light mayo and buttermilk. I'm adding in here a little bit of lemon juice. We got to get those herbs in, lots of flavor. We have, this is a little bit of parsley and chopped scallions. And then all I'm adding is onion powder and garlic powder. And you have... Making me hungry. I wish you were here because I would love to feed you. You're invited to my kitchen any day.
I love the combination with the Greek yogurt and everything. I mean, it's flavorful. You make it fun. A lot of parents, too, are probably watching and saying, okay, how do I get my kids? Children are important. How do we get them to really enjoy better eating? Suggestions.
So this next tip is probably great for kids. Everybody loves noodles. Kids of all ages, 1 to 100, that's for sure. I love pasta. And regular pasta is totally fine, but every once in a while, the easiest way to sneak in veggies is to make what we call in the Bauer house zoodles. So you can see this right over here. Zucchini noodles, just like this. And all you need to do is you pick up a spiral slicer. You can pick it up at any home store. And let me turn this way. And look how easy this is. You see those veggies coming right out. And another thing I love to do is spaghetti squash. Do you like spaghetti squash?
I've had it. It's delicious. I love
it's really good.
Yeah.
Zoodles. And you put some marinara sauce and some meatballs on top, a little Parmesan cheese. Mwah! You got yourself a great meal.
I'm loving it. You know what? Food is so basic to all of us. And what do you have? What's that in front of you?
This is one of my favorite recipes. So you take a bell pepper, which is packed with vitamin C. It boosts the immune system. It's great for your skin. It helps to reduce diseases. And instead of using starchy, greasy chips, I make myself, with the pepper cut up, bell pepper nachos. So if you can see here, I have loaded this with seasoned taco ground turkey meat. There's black beans, there's corn, melty cilantro. You could put avocado and a little bit of salsa on top. Yeah, this is a family favorite.
I'm going to reach out and get a little bit of that.
Take a bite.
Okay? It looks
Take a bite.
tasty. Sounds great. Joy, you're very creative, and you're giving everybody ideas, to be the same way. Use your imagination. Make it fun, because that's the most important thing, isn't it? Making it fun?
It's totally making it fun and making it delicious. And you had mentioned kids before. This is a great trick for parents. I'm going to show you how to make a no sugar added slushie.
You know what? I tell you what, I'm going to ask you to come back and share that recipe with us, okay?
Feeling good about life is really important. That's why I watch Positively America with Ernie.
Okay, we're back from the break here in Positively America. We were talking to Joy Bauer, who's just amazing. And I'm still hungry. And Joy, when we were talking about kids, you were going to share a great recipe for children, the slushie. This sounds delicious, okay? So now we have time. Tell me about it.
So this is a no sugar added slushie. And Ernie, I'm telling you, it's a game changer. And I wish that you would be able to take a sip, because you will swear that there's a lot of sugar laden in this slushie. This is what it looks like. It is so thick, and it is, oh my goodness. It's really, really delicious. There's only
how do you
two
make
ingredients.
That? What goes in it?
Two ingredients. So the first is frozen fruit. So the combo that I'm using here, these are pitted frozen sweet cherries, and I'm putting it right into a blender. And the cool thing about cherries, they have a specific antioxidant called anthocyanins, which helps to boost brain health. So that's really, really important. Cognitive function, memory. And the second fruit that I'm adding in is a little bit of frozen pineapple. And now for the secret weapon. So this is a LaCroix cherry flavored sparkling water, and you pour that right in
there
to your blender along with the fruit.
Yeah.
You're going to puree this whole thing up, and you get the thick, luscious, luxurious, oh my gosh.
And no sugar added, which is so interesting. Fantastic.
And it's so sweet. It's
and the
sweet.
kids love
it is so crave-worthy. And people can experiment with different frozen fruit and flavored sparkling water combinations. Like, there's no wrong turn. And again, it's so easy. And you could have your kids pushing the buttons and adding the fruit into the blender, so it becomes a family affair.
Make it fun. Make it fun. All right, that's a great thing for the kids. I love that. Now, you know what? You don't know this about me, but I love mashed potatoes. And I make the mashed potatoes for all family meals at home. And it's my great famous mashed potatoes. I'm not going to tell you what's in them, but you have some great ideas. You're doing a kind of half and half combination. Share that with all of us. Go ahead.
So whenever I can, I always try to sneak in healthy vegetables into the foods that we already love to gobble down.
Good.
And you're not alone. I mean, America loves mashed potatoes. So one of the tricks that I do is, so you can see this is like creamy, thick mashed potatoes.
Right.
But it's not only spuds. I go 50-50 with half spuds and half cooked mashed cauliflower. And I'm telling you, Ernie, nobody will suspect a thing, but you get the fiber and you get fewer carbs and you get vitamin C. And because the cauliflower is a cruciferous vegetable, it also has compounds that can help reduce the risk for certain cancers. So let me tell you something. This is a mashed potato with benefits. And then you take it over to a sweet potato. So now it's all about matching the color and the flavor profile. So I have my sweet potato and I couple it with carrots. So I boil them in broth or water, get them nice and soft at the same time, and then you just mash them together. And again, nobody's gonna suspect a thing because it looks and it tastes just like regular mashed potatoes.
I love it. Healthy mashed potatoes. I mean, good for holidays, of course. Nice little surprise. And anytime. You know, I can have mashed potatoes anytime. But I love what you're talking about. You know, Joy, a lot of people are saying, you know, I like what you're saying. I like what you're doing. You want us to eat healthier. How do we get started? How do I do that?
It's the $1 million question, and I'm going to tell you that the number one way to get started is to actually find your reason. What is your reason for wanting to get healthy and then staying on a healthy path? And it's got to be something personal and significant and enduring. And your reason is going to be your reason, right? Everyone's going to have their own reason. But once you know what your reason is, write it down on Post-it notes and put it on your bathroom mirror vanity. Put it on your computer screen. Put it on the side of the fridge, because that's going to be your driving force for getting started and then staying on the course. And I'm going to tell you, when you start eating healthy, oh my goodness, food is so powerful.
Yes.
It affects every aspect of your life. You have more energy. You feel happier. You're reducing disease states. Yeah. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. You're right. We have to just make sure that people understand that you're doing it for a good reason. Look better, but feel better and feel healthier. I love what you're telling us, and you're going to come back again. You've got too many good ideas out there that you just can't keep to yourself, Joy, okay?
Ernie, one of these days I want to get you in my kitchen with me, cooking up a storm.
We'll do a little cooking together, and I'll make my famous mashed potatoes. My family knows what I'm talking about.
I can't wait.
Right now. Okay, thanks so much, Joy.
I'm already imagining what you put in that mix. I'm excited.
Thanks, Joy. Coming up in a minute, we're going to try to help you sleep a little better. I know I got your attention on that one. It's something that millions of people need help with. Good news when Positively America comes right back, right here. And welcome back, everyone, to more of Positively America, and thank you so much for joining us on our program. All right, let me ask you a question. How'd you sleep last night? Oh, I know we hear a lot of people saying, please don't ask me. I understand, because almost 70 million Americans have trouble sleeping. But wait, we got some good news for you. Now there's some new technology that can provide much needed help, and it's pretty cutting edge stuff. Here to tell us more about it is a real expert. She's a top neurologist, sleep specialist who's been treating adults and children with sleeping disorders for over a decade. Please welcome Dr. Karen Lee to the program. Hi, Karen. How are you?
Hi. Good to see you and meet everybody.
Oh, it's good to see you, and people are happy that you're here because what a subject, sleeping. My goodness. A lot of people say it's a common thing. Let me ask you, what is the biggest reason for people having trouble sleeping?
There are probably two big ones. One of the biggest ones is people being in their minds and how that contributes to issues falling asleep and staying asleep, right? Which is really peaked during the pandemic for obvious reasons. And the other second reason is big structural issues with the airway. Those are the big topics that affect people's ability to sleep.
Okay, well, let's try to help people out now. You've got great research, a lot of new technology, something called CST. What's that stand for?
CST stands for Consumer Sleep Technologies. And it's basically a wide array of apps, wearables, nearables, applications that help try to make people understand their sleep, monitor it, track it, and sometimes even give advice and tips about people's sleep. Okay,
explain to us how that works, the benefits and the advantages.
Yeah, so there's a lot of benefit to it because, first of all, a lot of this technology is really popular, widely accessible, inexpensive. And it can come in, apps that's tracking information, or most often sensors and technology that you can place on the body and that can extract biometric data, let's say, and that can really help us understand what's going on.
Okay, if someone wants to use it, if I want to try this out, the CST, what do I do?
So there's a variety of them. So for one of them, for example, if there's a technology that you'd want to wear when you're sleeping to better track it, you could get one of these devices, and what it would do is try to help tell you when you're asleep, when you're awake, the different sleep stages that you're in. It attempts to give you that information and help you understand patterns.
And have you seen this work, Karen? I mean, can you explain maybe some of the examples of how it's benefited?
Yeah. So I am bombarded with information from this every day from patients, actually. Patients are coming in every day with data collected from these devices, let's say in apps. A little issue though is none of that technology has been validated. but they really enhance my experience and the information I get from patients. One of the most common things is patients are now much more engaged and understand their sleep better when they come to me. So they can tell me a lot more about their habits and the patterns that they wouldn't have been paying attention to or been aware of before.
So if someone wants to do this, where do they go? How do they get in touch with someone to say, okay, I want to try this out and learn more about how I can sleep better?
Yeah, so first of all, one of the most common apps downloaded, for example, on Android and Apples, are sleep apps, right? So there's just a ton of them out there that you could download. Or so for example, there's the American Academy of Sleep Medicine is a website that us sleep providers look at, and they have an entire technology component to it that can talk about these different devices, apps, wearables, and wearables, and more information about them.
Well, this sounds very encouraging. I love the new technology. On a more practical side, let's say, every day, how do we talk to ourselves a little more? Do we listen to music? Does that help? Some tips on how we can sleep better, Karen.
Yeah. So one of the biggest tips that's really helpful for people is that if you're a sensitive sleeper, it's very hard to go from running 100 miles per hour through the day, working, busy, texting, calling, and then just get in bed and turn off the lights and expect to transition into sleep immediately. Not everybody can do that, right? So you need to give yourself a buffer zone and some transition time before getting in bed. And then some of this technology does need to be cut down based on the blue light, for example, that prevents us from going to sleep, right? You had mentioned, meditation, guided meditations, different podcasts, things that are not too invigorating and can help you relax, are individualized for people and what's helpful for them to drift into sleep or go back to sleep if they wake up at night and can't go back to sleep. A lot
of good things that we can take advantage of, especially that new technology. I love it. Karen, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope everybody in America gets a good night's rest.
I hope so too. Best of luck, everybody.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us. When we come right back, our reporter Billy Floyd is asking America, what do you love most about yourself? Great question. You'll love some of the answers when we come right back. Let's see it.
Welcome back to Positively America. I'm Billy Floyd. This week, we're asking America, what do you love most about yourself?
I'm tall. That's what I love most about myself.
And what's the biggest benefit of being tall?
Probably that it just helps me stand out a little bit more, networking, stuff like that, I don't know, standing out.
Superstar presence.
That I see the good in people. I think I love that the most about myself, that I can look for good in others.
What's something good about me?
Yeah, hair, gosh, it's impressive. It really is.
Oh, I love you, man.
I love you too.
My eyelashes.
Looking fantastic. How about here in the middle?
I like my ability to pull off awful haircuts.
You're styling and wilding. What are you talking about? She's looking great. And last but not least,
I'm not a picky eater, so yeah, I love that.
I feel like I'm a pretty carefree, having a good time kind of guy.
And what makes you so happy?
I've seen the other side of life, and there's a lot to live for, so why be in a bad mood for it?
I think I love the fact that I make the best hot sauce that I've ever tasted.
Where can I find your hot sauce? I need to taste this.
You can find it online, farmers markets, Annabelle's Cafe, rickshotsauce.com.
Her. Great answer. Let me guess. Is it him?
Him.
Oh, show me a little love. Give me something. Oh, that's the winner right there. So many great answers and so much to love. We'll see you next time on Positively America. I'm Billy Floyd.
Oh, thank you very much, Billy. We love hearing these answers. People really feeling good about themselves. Good stuff. Thank you so much. Okay, let me take a minute right now to talk to you. We hear a lot about success. It's always been a driving force. Then there's something called failure. We don't like to talk about that too much, but now I think we will. It's important to recognize that both success and failure are not ultimate ends. I see them both as stepping stones to help us to improve and also to develop ourselves. What's really more important is how we understand and handle each one of them. Now look at it this way. Failure, and sometimes you want to call it a mistake, it's okay. It's all part of life. That's why we have erasers on pencils. Thank goodness. They're there for a reason. And haven't we all had these experiences in life? Of course, but we can't let them get us down. What you have to do is just keep going. Your success story may be just around the corner. And by the way, I want you to never forget the people who helped you get there. Now that's important. Think about those people who put in their time, their energy, their care, and their love. Thank them. Go back and say that, because that makes you a real winner. I'm Ernie Onassis. I thank you very much for joining us on this program. I hope you're watching it and enjoying it and getting something out of it. We'll be back again soon. Join us on Positively America. Thanks.